Okay, so these are the top 5 most difficult 3x3 shape mods in my collection. I've got a lot of 3x3 shape mods. Not really sure how many exactly, maybe 50, 60, something like that. So first up is the good old ghost cube. Yeah, I find this pretty damn challenging. It's difficult trying to figure out where the pieces go, even though, you know, these stickers, these carbon fibre stickers, they help with matching up pieces, but I still find it very difficult. Strangely, I actually find the ghost hedgehog a lot easier to solve than this one, even though this one, it doesn't have any patterns, it doesn't have any pattern stickers, so you can't go by patterns to help you to solve this. But I think it's just because of the way the pieces are shaped on this, it's a lot more obvious where a lot of the pieces need to go, whereas on this one, even though you've got the carbon fibre stickers on it to go by to match things up, it's still very difficult to figure out where the pieces go. So it's not really the placing of pieces that I find difficult when solving this. It's just knowing which pieces go where. Now I'm quite surprised that this Shank Egg has made it to the list, because I'm almost 100% positive in the past when I used to solve this, I found it way more easy than I do now. Recently when I've been solving this, a lot of the time I can find it really difficult just to make the first cross, the bottom cross, and I'm really sure it didn't used to be like this when I used to solve it. In fact, I'm really sure in the past I found the YJ heart to be more difficult to solve than this one, but now I actually find this one way more difficult to solve than the heart. And the heart it's quite a fairly challenging 3x3 shape mod, but not challenging enough to make it into the top 5. So yeah, it's just weird, because it's like when making the first cross on this, you know, I can match up an edge with the centre and the other centre that it needs to go next to, and then I'll get another edge and I'll match it up with this centre, but the other end of the edge it won't be matching up with the centre, so I'll think, okay, maybe this centre isn't orientated correctly, so I'll change its orientation, and I'll keep changing its orientation, but it never matches with the bottom of the edge. So then I'll think, okay, so maybe a different edge needs to go in. So I'll try all of the other edges on the puzzle, but none of them will match up between the two centres, which I find just bizarre. It's like, how on earth is that even possible? It just doesn't even make any sense. So it's weird, because I don't remember it being like this. I'm really sure I had no problem in the past with creating the bottom cross on this, but now I do. After I've created the bottom cross, then I find it fairly easy. It does get quite challenging on the last layer. I wouldn't say as challenging as what this is on the last layer, but yeah, it's just so weird how difficult it is to make the bottom cross on this, for me anyway. So next up are these 3x3 Mosey shape mods. It's quite surprising how I actually find these simple Mosey 3x3 shape mods a lot more difficult than the ghost cube and the Shank Egg. What makes these so difficult is that, well, these two, they have blocking. This one, it has blocking, but it's not too bad. I can almost solve this, but sometimes I'll end up with the top layer centerpiece not orientated correctly, and I don't really know how to get it orientated correctly. If I do that algorithm where it changes the orientation of the top center and it changes the orientation of the center that's facing you, I get blocked like before I manage to finish the algorithm, so I can't use that algorithm to try and solve this. These two, they have a lot more blocking, so this is the Mosey. So that's called the heart-linked lock. This is the watchtower. You can see I've almost solved it. Just a few bits there. But yeah, so it has blocking, and that just makes it really difficult to solve for me. I thought I'd try some conjoined 3x3 cube algorithms on this, and I was able to get further with one or two of those algorithms, but I still can't actually solve the last layer, because I just, like, none of the algorithms will work on the last layer, because I just get blocked by like these L-shaped bits. And then this is the Mosey King's Cross cube, and again I've solved almost all of it. just need to that just needs to be flipped around, and that needs to be flipped upwards. Again, it's it's the blocking. So it's really surprising how I find these very simple multi 3x3 shape mods to be a lot more difficult than this this ghost cube, because this puzzle, it's more of a complex puzzle than these two. You've got all sorts of different weird shaped pieces. When it's in its solid state, you can't move all of the layers, so you've got to have it turned like this so you can then move all of the layers. So because of that, it makes it more difficult to solve. Whereas with these two multi puzzles, they're just kind of mainly like 3x3, so you've got like a 3x3 here, but you've just got a few extensions added onto it which create blocking. It just seems very simple compared to this. Same kind of thing with this one, yet I can actually solve this. I do find it quite challenging trying to figure out where the pieces go, but I can solve it. Whereas with these, which come across like much more simpler puzzles, I can't actually solve them at all. I just find them so difficult because the blocking, the amount of blocking that you've got, it really restricts what you can do with them. A lot of algorithms don't work. So yeah, so these are my top 5 most hardest 3x3 shape mods in my collection. So which 3x3 shape mods do you guys find the most difficult? And do you actually find any of these ones easy? Just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.